You are listening to the Atlanta Real Estate Forum radio show, all about real estate edition, shining a light on the movers and shakers in the real estate industry, the home builders, developers, realtors, and suppliers making it all happen. And now, here are today's hosts.
Good morning and welcome back to the All About Real Estate edition. I am your host, Todd Schnick, joined by my co-host and friend, Carol Morgan. Before we kick things off, we do want to thank New American Funding for being our 2020 show sponsor. Now our 10th year on the air. It has been great having New American Funding as our partner. We are so grateful for their great support of this show. All right, Carol Morgan, this is going to be a fun conversation if we can judge it by our pre-show banter. So kick us off.
Yeah, this is going to be a lot of fun. We are joined in studio today by Ming Richardson, who's managing partner and compliance broker, and Alan Richardson, who's broker owner, and they are with Maximum One Realty Partners. Thanks for joining us.
Hey, thanks so much for having us. It's a real blessing.
Thank you, Carol. We appreciate the opportunity.
Absolutely.
Well, it's great to have you both. I know you guys are busy, so really grateful for you to make some time to join us and appreciate you making time. So, Alan, kick us off. So, Maximum One Realty Partners, give us the overview. What's your mission and purpose?
Well, we are a hybrid. On one hand, we are a 100% broker, 100% commission brokerage. And so, but on the other hand, much more important, we are a full service brokerage. We have all the bells and whistles that everybody else has. We just save our agents a whole lot of money. And we're all about the heart. We care about our people. We're here for them. Our famous line is, call, text, smoke signals. We're ready here for you. So
that's great. And I'm sure that all of your agents appreciate you saving them money and being there for them. And I'm sure you're there for your, home buying customers as well, or home selling customers. So
we don't really operate that much anymore at that level. Our main customer is our agents. So
perfect. Yeah.
We're very agent centric. Yeah. So what that means is that we have the benefit of a full brokerage services at the same time, a transactional cost, which means we save our agent a lot more money than your traditional real estate offices.
Yeah. So we're also set up, we're very nicely appointed. All of our offices are a little bit
unique.
Funky. I don't know. Our office by the airport, we have, we're in the process of opening our 5th office, but the one by the airport is all designed with airplanes, and, we've got the wing from the Avengers movie in there, that kind of stuff. And then
fun.
We've got one that's all winery themed, and then we have another one that's urban industrial. Oh, I'm with you. Yeah, that's kind of how it all started. We were on a tasting.
Well, that's kind of cool because depending on your mood that day, you can choose which office you want to visit or work.
There you go.
See?
Yeah. Well, let's talk a little bit about, what areas of town. You've mentioned a couple of your different offices, but, what area of town do you specialize in? Where are the rest of those 5 offices?
Well, we are basically the South Side folks. So our offices, we start in Conyers, then we go across to the airport and down into McDonough, over into Noonan, and then Fayetteville is our newest office that we're opening right now.
Outstanding. So, as we're wrapping up 2020 and looking ahead to 2021, is there anything out there that you're really excited about? Any big announcements you want to share with us?
Yes, we actually are now offering our agent a health insurance. As a 1099 employee, it's very difficult to get insurance. So we have partnered up with Clearwater Benefits, and this group actually specializes in 1099 employees. And not only that, through our affiliation is typically around 20% cheaper than the open market. So
that's
we're
fantastic.
offering that because we all know, especially with COVID right now, so we want to make sure we're there for our agents.
I mean, when we first started, that was one of the toughest things for us, because before we had the brokerage, we were agents together. Mm-hmm. And when you're jumping out there on your own and you're starting you're starting your real estate business, healthcare is one of those really big questions that just scares the daylights out of you.
That's amazing.
Absolutely.
That's
That's phenomenal. That's
Yeah.
what a great perk, of being with Maximum One. So I'm sure that you get a lot of agents that are attracted to you, then they find out about that, and then they're just sold.
We just rolled it out, so it's pretty exciting. We're really proud of that and excited that we can offer that.
Yeah.
I would be too. So give us the lowdown on how else you work with all your agents.
Well, we do a ton, excuse me, typoed it, or speako, I guess you'd say. But we do just a ton of training. We do a whole lot of continuing education with our agents to truly prepare them to be able to go out and, for us, it's about protecting our entire industry. When we have really knowledgeable agents, that's really good for our industry. When we all know more, the smarter that the agents are, the better educated that they are. One, it's going to help them to generate those sales, to do a better job, but also to do a better job for their clients and their customers out there.
At the end of the day, we want to make sure our community are well served. And by doing that, in order to serve them well, honestly, is to be up on top of the real estate industry and the trend, along with what is going on in the market and how it's shifting. And so we can accommodate when we negotiate, as well as when we put the paperwork in line for our clients.
Yeah, I'm sure your agents really appreciate all that training. And then I liked seeing on your website that you're also offering some classes for home buyers. So talk a little bit about your contract to close education program. How does that work?
Well, our contract to close, basically, we want to make sure that we educate all our clients the proper procedure, the terminology, what is their rights, what is a due diligence, what is a financing contingency, what's appraisal contingency, and what all that means together in a nutshell, so they can make the best informed decision. So for us, it's about make sure we keep on time and on track of those timelines, because if you don't, you have the potential of losing someone else's hard-earned money they put down as an earnest money in good faith. And with real estate, this is the most biggest purchase they will ever make in their lifetime, and also is everybody's legacy, if you think about it. So we want to protect that with everyone we meet and ensure that our clients are educated.
And we know that about 40% of our buyers right now are millennials, and they just don't know what they don't know. And we've learned that setting expectations by explaining the whole process, that really helps us to be able to meet those expectations. It's when you don't talk about those things up front that you end up with a buyer who's like, I thought I could buy a house in a couple of weeks. And that's just, that's not realistic. So.
And sometimes it's a short period, sometimes a long period. It just depends on the client.
But I commend you guys on this real focus on communication in terms of training and education. I mean, that process never ends, right? I mean, just look at what's happened with 2020, and we're living in a reality now that we never expected. Things constantly change, and you have to constantly adjusting with it. And you can only do that. People are only best equipped to do that when they have good training and access to education and continuing learning. I mean, that's how we have to survive and thrive these days. So it's admirable that is such a big focus of what you guys do.
Well, thanks. At the end of the day, we're about our community and giving back as well. So for us, it's, we're here to stay. Bottom line. So.
Yeah, that's great. Well, another thing I noticed when I was looking at your company and going through your Facebook page is that you guys have great tips throughout your entire Facebook page. And, some of the tips were on, how to better work from home, how to set up your home office. On that topic, how has COVID impacted, how your agents are working, and are most of them working from home? Are they starting to come in the office now?
Well, it really is kind of all of the above, because for in the real estate world right now, it's a little bit of a not that it's a touchy subject, but it's one of those things that, like, real estate right now is kind of on fire. The market's doing really, really well. So for us inside the industry, it's kind of like, hey, the world's on fire. Want to buy a house? And so we have to be very respectful of what's going on out there. And we see that some of our agents are having the best year that they've ever had. Overall as a company, these have been 3 of the best months that we've had. And at the same time, you look at what's going on in the economy, and there's people hurting. And so we have to be, and where we go with our agents is to try and have empathy, show our heart. Some folks are still extremely anxious about COVID, and other folks are, basically just like ready to walk around in a bikini kind of thing. So it's one extreme to the other, and trying to juggle that, when you have a very conservative seller and you got a buyer that really doesn't feel they should be adhering to the COVID guidelines. We've got to kind of, no, we're going to wear a mask in here. We're going to put on gloves. Only touch doorknobs, those kind of things when we do showings. So that's kind of been one of the biggest challenges. Is as COVID has progressed, we're seeing that some people are still very anxious, and other folks are just kind of like,
Yeah, as a protocol with any client, whether it's buyers or sellers, we do have a protocol for COVID-19, which is, wear your mask. Some are listing agent providing booties for shoes and also gloves. So when they walk in, so if they happen to touch something, they're not infecting anybody or anything. Some seller may have sensitive issues like children that may have autoimmune disease systems or whatever. So we try to be very conscientious in what we do and make sure we ask the right question from the word go, so we're not affecting other people.
Right.
Are you ready to own a home, but don't know where to start? Speak to a local expert at New American Funding. Get pre-qualified and start looking for your dream home. They make home buying easy and convenient with a variety of home loan options. New American Funding is devoted to helping families finance their home because they want everyone to achieve the American dream, home ownership. New American Funding's technology is what sets them apart. Whether connecting with your home loan professional in person, online, or through the app, they are there to answer any questions. Call today to get pre-qualified. For more information, call 678-898-3540. That's 678-898-3540.
Well, great stuff. I appreciate you being so conscientious about that. As you heard at the very top of the show, we are proudly sponsored by New American Funding, and we understand that you have a good partnership with them. Tell us about how you work with New American Funding.
Well, Nancy and Michelle has been fabulous, and David White.
You might want to give them their last names.
Okay, I'm sorry.
I'm just
Nancy
saying.
Barlow and Michelle Christian are fabulous. Both lady has been in the industry for a very long time, knows their product. And, one thing about real estate is that when we get a lender that will communicate with us, whether it's good, bad, or the ugly, it doesn't matter. But the communication is the key. And those lady does a phenomenal job with our agents. And we appreciate that because we know that not everyone is going to be able to buy a house. It may not be today. It may be 6 months or a year out of the road, but it's okay. At the end of the day, they're going to get that piece of the American dream, which is home ownership. So, and that's what we're geared toward to.
But the lenders we know that a good lender makes a deal. And Absolutely. So we love being able to have a lender partner, to be able to one, we are hardcore about, I like a local lender. Someone that I can look in the eye and be like, you make sure you take care of my clients. And they do that. At the same time, they also have a really great products. That they can handle the jumbos. They can, they do a ton of FHA, they do conventional, their rates are great, and they've got really good processes. So for us as a partner, it's kind of a no-brainer because they do a really good job on their end. And that's why one of the things that we like so much about that partnership with New American is that they've got their act together. So it makes it really easy. On the brokerage side of things, we utilize list reports through them also, which helps a lot of our agents. And then, like I said, just to having the variety of products, and then they answer their phone. I know that's kind of, in today's age, we use our phones for so much other, but when you call them, they pick up. Boy, that's a blessing.
That's really nice. Kind of unheard of in 2020, huh?
Well, and Alan, as you well know, I mean, everyone in that company is like Elvis, so they really don't need last names.
Right.
So
there we go.
All right. Well, and you can understand why we're so proud to be sponsored by that great organization. Yeah. So, all right. Well, guys, running low on time. So, Alan, I want to ask you to do this. If anyone listening has decided to contact you and learn more about how they could work with you potentially as an agent, where do they go?
MaxOnePartners.com. MaxOnePartners.com. That's probably the easiest place. So you can catch us on Facebook. We're really active on social media, Facebook, that kind of thing. But just go to our website, and if we can be any service, we'd love to help.
Oh, yeah. And check out our education website.
Yeah. So they can find all that information on the website,
absolutely.
Correct?
Absolutely.
Got it. All right. Ming Richardson, the compliance broker, and Alan Richardson, the broker owner of Maximum One Realty Partners. Guys, it was so great to have you. Thanks again for stopping by and joining us. Appreciate your time.
Awesome. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you. All right. Well, that wraps this week's All About Real Estate edition. On behalf of our show sponsor, New American Funding, my co-host, Carol Morgan, I am Todd Schnick. That's all the time we have for today. Thank you for tuning in and listening, and we'll look forward to seeing you again right here next week. We'll see you then.
Atlanta Real Estate Forum Radio is made possible by Denim Marketing, the publisher of Atlanta Real Estate Forum, Atlanta's favorite source for real estate and home building news. Denim Marketing is a comfortable fit, like your favorite pair of jeans. Denim Marketing tailors marketing strategies to meet your specific needs and niche. Try them on for size. They will work to create a perfect fit for your company's marketing program. Call them at 770-383-3360 or send an email to info@denimmarketing.com. For more information on Atlanta Real Estate Forum Radio or to inquire about being a guest, contact info@atlantarealestateforum.com. Check out the radio show by visiting atlantarealestateforum.com or by listening to the show on your favorite podcast app. And if you enjoyed today's broadcast, we'd sure appreciate a rating and review on iTunes. Thank you again for listening, and we'll see you next time on Atlanta Real Estate Forum Radio.